Hello everyone, we are back for round 2 of Squid Junction 51, and I am joined back by my good friend here, NM.
All right, we are back here again, round 2, and this time we got some more hyped up teams. We got Spate Esports, but they have a sub this time. Instead of Scotty coming around, it's going to be Goose, who was on Sassy Spikers, and is now going to be playing for them instead of Scotty, and going versus Party Boat, which is, I'm pretty sure, Tobiyaru, Kami, who is a Tetra player to my knowledge, and Surskit, who really likes blasters. And leading in the blasters, we have TC Mako. And you know what's really good on TC Mako? Vanilla Blaster.
I love V Blaster here. It is such a joy to play. The amount of funny stuff you can do underneath ledges here with like such a not really short range, but like kind of mid to fast range blaster is super fun.
Yeah, no, V Blaster is really good in that department because of its range, the potential to one-shot, its AoE, but on top of that, if it gets in good positions for its bubbles, it can just let that tower glide, because what we're seeing a lot of bubble players doing nowadays, instead of just plopping that right on the tower, you plop that around the tower. Gives you more time and allows you to get much more protection and, you know, out of it, and you would if you just popped it right on top of the tower. So I think we might see V Blaster here, though some other honorable mentions is, of course, Slosher. Slosher is also really good here. Strikes, you know, the main weapon is very good. Strikes just shut out so much. It's also tower control, so Tri-Strike goes crazy here. But we're going to wait and see.
Yeah, there's a lot of potential options from both of these teams. They could bring out some pretty crazy picks. TC Mako is just one of those maps that, like, kind of almost anything is viable because of the way it's laid out, which is such a, like, joy to see in the competitive scene when some maps just favor weapons over kind of niche picks. But this one can favor almost anything, I think, just from my experience.
I think that's because this map is good.
Yeah, it is actually pretty dang good.
Already seeing the comms out here. We're seeing the Splat Roller. They're going to use that bubble, but not in the way I imagined it. Splat Roller is actually another really good option here, though way more niche, because you can use those bubbles, as I said before, and you can kind of use those angles too. We're seeing that V-Slosher. We're also seeing, is that double bubble with the Blaster and the Junior? That's interesting. Ooh, already seeing Uwuzi taking Surskit down. Uwuzi already getting in their backline. It is just the E-leader left alive here. We're seeing Uwuzi on their top left already, waiting for Surskit, but Surskit has a blaster in that scenario. Going to be able to take him out. No more bubble for them, and it's going to be 2 down. Just Goose and Pincher left alive. Pincher on the cheese grater. I'm definitely talking to her after this game. And we are... I'm telling you to get off the cheese grater.
This leader, man, he is in such a power position on that tower, able to kind of hit, I think, almost anyone on the field at this point in time. With the Reef Slider coming out, 2 down on the side of Party Boat.
But that bubble was able to get him through that first check, setting it so far ahead of where the tower actually was. Helped them out so much here. 2 down still on Spate Esports as they're trying to push up Pincher on this left side, but Tobiyaru is already setting up on their stack. Another bubble going on the tower this time. This should be a little easier to shred. We see it coming from behind, but going to be going down. It's just Nishi left alive. They have to get their crab tank, but no, they're going to go down and no cooler player on their team. That is not going to help. Wadebreaker on the tower. Surskit is watching for anybody dropping. Goose is going to drop, but gets the pick, but it's going to be over with Party Boat taking that game. The double bubble went better than I imagined. I mean, it makes sense. Splat Roller is good, but V-Blaster is like the GOAT. It's like the only like really good bubble weapon universally. And V-Blaster is insane right now. And on top of that, having bubble spam alongside that definitely helped them a lot, considering opponent's weapon comp, allowing them to easily take that first game.
Yeah, I think V-Blaster there is kind of what won in the game. Like, sure, that leader was in a power position and got some pretty crazy picks, but that V-Blaster kind of set up and got some insane picks from underneath those ledges, really shutting down any push that Spate Esports really wanted to do there.
Yeah, no, it shut them down so much, either by placing really good bubbles, or pushing up and getting the necessary picks, or getting distractions on them. You saw Goose picked off Surskit at the end, but at the same time, Surskit distracted Goose and the other for so long that they were just able to knock out right after that. The V Blaster just helped out so much. Honestly, in this meta, this is the best blasters have been in a long time. Like, if you're a blaster player, you have a lot of options. You have range blaster, V blaster, there's rapid deco, and there's, you know, vanilla pro, like mentioned earlier. You have options.
I mean, as a range blaster main myself, blaster players are eating really good right now. I think all they have to do to make them, like, actually meta is kind of do the thing they did with Luna Blaster and IA, and just kind of change the curve a little bit to make it a little easier to run, not too gear dependent. But, I mean, they're still in a really good spot just because of, like, the kit synergy with the meta right now. Like, Wave and Zuka is amazing. Bubble is really specific for tower, but it combos so well with the main weapon, and on, like, almost all the maps, it's just insane. It holds so much space. And if you can make up for that lack of paint, the blaster just kind of does what it wants and gets away with it.
Yeah, and of course there are ways to make blasters even better. Like, for example, like mentioned before with Luna, decreasing its shot spread. Why is blaster, like the vanilla blaster, just 10 degrees of shot spread? I don't know. They should probably put that at 8. And also, even though V and range are really good right now, their kits could be better. You know, maybe the next season we'll finally get second kits for both of these, and we'll have really good kits, and they'll go to that top tier area, and maybe reverse that random nerf that Rapid Deco got. You know, I don't know why
that made no sense. That didn't make any sense. I mean, I'm over here manifesting for a Fizzy Bomb kind of missile range blaster because I'm evil.
Oh, dude, you're evil. Actually, better yet, Burst Bomb Tennis missile.
Yeah, but Fizzies are just kind of better for it, honestly. I did a little bit of research. I think it could be a little better, but the Flinkza roller.
Ooh,
The Flinkza. That's a pick, honestly. Like, on this map, it is really interesting.
Yeah, Rainmaker Crab Leg is really good right now, but the Flinkza actually already going to go down. No missiles at the beginning, and Surskit is on their right. I'm not sure they know that Surskit is over there. 2 going to go down. It is just the Zap left alive, and they're already pushing this Rainmaker onto that left side, using the bubble to help them out here, getting that checkpoint. They're still going with the double bubble, but instead, they have a V charger instead of the E leader. The VAC, as we mentioned before in last set, we're seeing Pincher going down again. The missiles going to be helping them out a little bit, but Kami is in their spawn.
They already pushed it to 45, getting it on their flat. Kami is just still up there, being a complete nuisance. Ridiculous plays.
Yeah, and we're seeing the Reslider coming in. Pincher going to be weak and taken out. Surskit over there going to be taken out themselves. A jump back, and we're seeing Wug just trying to bomb out as much as possible here. Already down to 45. Spate Esports has got to think of something they need to do if they don't want to be knocked down the loser's bracket. A bubble on the Greats is going to immediately shut down that left side, but 10 missiles might help them out a little bit here.
Yeah, I mean, the missiles gotta let them push up and start taking space, but with a member down on their team as well, they can't exactly do all too much.
Yeah, no. We're seeing Wug trying to go on this left side, but the Ink Vac is going to help them out so much in pushing. Not going to get it any further, but 45 is still nice to get all the way back to. It's just Surskit left alive. They have to back up as far as possible, though. We're seeing them hold their space. Pincher dive them with the Zuka at the ready, but got picked off. That's actually so valuable for them. And we're seeing the don't retreat. Surskit going to go down. They definitely love that. We are seeing Kami just trying to hold as much as possible here. Uzi going to go down. The Reslider coming in, trying to weaken Goose. Goose is not in a good spot. They're trying to back up, but they can't. Pincher using that Trizuka. Surskit just trying to push as much as possible on that right side. 2 down again on Spate Esports. They keep getting picked off here.
They just gotta find a time where they can have definitive numbers and get a bunch of specials online at once. With the way it's going now, they gotta play really aggressive to take another 45 points off of party mode.
Yeah, they have to do something here. Halftime off. The Ink Vac is over here to Woozy. They know people are down there, but they're just trying to do something about it. Luckily, there's no paintable wall for them, and it's just the Charger left alive. They actually might be able to make something happen here. As they're already pushing this Charger, they have the cooler, so they can do that. They have the Rainmaker's pedestal down. That's the check. 2 more go down. It is just the junior. This is their time. This is their time. They're trying to go as much as possible, but they get it to 43. There we go. That is lead going to Spate Esports. And now for the next 2 minutes, they either can push that forward or protect that. I'd say maybe push that forward a little bit more because it's just a 2-point lead. That's not that much. But if you can stall them, that might be nice.
A lead's a lead, right? But you gotta play it smart and play calculated if you don't want to lose that lead in a minute. Strikes finding the pick on the Rainmaker.
As I said last set, the strikes on the Graves is what truly helped them out there. They were locked out, but the strikes helped them out so much. Oh, the bubble under the grate. This is going to be a waste of the special, and they're going to go down. That is tragic.
That is the worst feeling, honestly, when your bubble gets just kind of ruined because of something above you. The worst.
The only bubble weapon I've really ever played is V-Blaster, but oh my god, Kami is going insane here. This might be the perfect time to push. They're going on their right grades and they're getting close to the lead. The Ink Vac going to help him out so much, getting it down to the 30s, getting it down to the 20s, getting it down to 22. Goose is the only one left alive. They might be able to push it further, getting it all the way down to 17.
They're popping off. Kami was going crazy in their pace with the Tetras, and then the Vat just let him get away with pushing it from 45 to 17 in one fell swoop. That is awesome.
And they only have 30 seconds to get it to 16. They have to make something happen here. Bug holding mid as much as possible with their bubble, with their bombs. Kami going to be taken out. That's really valuable for them. That putting down so much before. Surskit going to go down 2v2. They do not know where the Ink Vac is. They're back in their base. Tobiyaru is back in their base, watching as much as possible, trying to get a snipe on Woozy here. Woozy has the Rainmaker, and they're getting down to the 6s. And
The flick.
They gotta get that pop.
Oh, they have a shot.
They have a shot here, but oh, that got so close. But this isn't good. The only weapon left alive on the Rainmaker is the Woozy, trying to help him out here, getting Surskit. But Reef Slider is going to get him damage, but it's not enough. 2 left alive. Can they get the pick? Goose is trying to live as much as possible. Getting down to 40 seconds. They have 40 seconds to get something. It's Surskit. They're gonna go down. Can they do it? Tobiyaru's watching. They gotta get the pick. The 10 missiles going to displace them. Can they get it? Kami trying to push in. Going to go down. In fact, it's only the Rainmaker! It's not gonna happen! It's not gonna happen! They're running as much as possible, and that's gonna be a wipeout!
Dude, oh my word, my heart. The amount of so many close calls from the Vat to the Reef Slider to getting just 2 down, surviving, and making a really good push. Wow, that was such an awesome overtime. Wow.
Yeah. That Ink Vac truly clutched it up for Party Boat, and they are going to steal this set 2-0. But both teams put up such a good fight. But those Tetras and the Ink Vac just did them so many favors. We saw just how many pushes. Like, look at that first push. The bubble helped them out so much at the start. And we see right over here, taking down that bottom right area, just help them stall it out. Nwuzi struggling, the Trizuka struggling to try to get this Rainmaker, only to stall it out. This was the first time that Spate Esports actually got a real push going on, and this is when they got the lead. Getting it down, getting the Rainmaker pedestal, getting it down to 43. And we see here, like, Kami was just in their spawn for so long. This is truly what got them that next push to get it all the way down to 17. That's what started it, displacing the members as much as possible. You see Kami getting all the way basically to the spawn point.
Yeah, Kami was cooking a 5-course dinner up in their base. I mean, going off, but that Rainmaker play, I don't know how he survived. I really don't know.
Yeah, and you see at the end, all of them went down, pretty sure to the blaster, and the Ink Vac just stopped them from going any further. The only option they had was to run away, but that did not help them. But with that being said, that is going to be that set over and done with. Congratulations to them. But, you know, there is a loser's bracket here. It is not over. It's not over for them. But with that being said, we're going to be taking a short break before we go to winners round 3. Make sure to stay tuned.